He can't be himself because he has to continue to be digestible to the masses. And anything that is for the masses is neither genuine or natural, because to be genuine and natural means you will offend. You will say the wrong things. But remember, it's about brands and how marketable that you are. So Kai has to stay marketable. So now he has essentially became a horse to the carriage, a modern day jester of the court who pleases the masses in whichever way that is.
All right, man, welcome back to another video. Hope your day is going good. In today's video, why you have to sell your soul to become great. This video is by my boy Alex the Virgo.
Kai says, yeah, we have a wild dog problem in Russia.
Yeah. This video is by my boy Alex the Virgo. And in this video, he's got it titled, Why You Have to Sell Your Soul to Become Great. Now, I have no idea what he's going to be talking about in this video. From my perspective, we manifest our reality. We create our greatness. Why would we sell what comes from within us?
I don't know what the Virgo is coming with on this video, bro. I ain't selling my soul though, bro. But let's see what he got to say.
What do we have for Little Uzi?
It's my father, the Pale Emperor.
He is?
Listen here. At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here. He's the Pale Emperor.
The music business is ran by the devil. So the music business is only designed to get as many people to go away from God as possible. So what happens is the devil needs workers. And by workers, he needs people who have influence, who can mislead or misguide people away from the light into the darkness. So this is why the artist is powerful. So the artist is the mouthpiece, okay? That artist is the mouthpiece between the devil and the fan.
You said that music, like in terms of getting paid, it's like the biggest thing and owning all your art.
Yeah, because it's the mind industry that I chose to be a part of. So it's like I accept that I run with it, but don't be a dominant at the same time. You gotta understand that using me as entertainment, and this shit becomes self-destruction too.
He coming out of the goat's mouth himself.
Yep.
You know, some shit can be spoke on.
Selling your soul, a term that is often described as someone who signs a contract in which they give up their soul figuratively in a sense of no longer being in control of one's image and career.
And I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more. And I done prayed. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. You know, it's just like, I don't know if God can get me out of this.
Due to a lot of people being poor in not only upbringings, but also mindsets, they often chalk up those who garner a lot of success, money, and status to them having to sell their souls. And as much as it pains me to sit here and say this today, they're actually kind of right. Not necessarily right about celebrities, the baby blood, and draconian reptilians, but more in a sense of how all celebrities, more specifically the greats of these niches, do sell their souls. In fact, almost every single person of all top niches today has sold their soul. And it's all due to a very simple, yet often overlooked when it comes to any great in any niche. And I'm going to explain this to you so you can really decide, do you want to be great? Because we all hear about how cool and admirable it is to be a legend, the glory, the respect, the legacy, but we never speak to the dark side of being a legend, what comes with that and what you're really giving up to become a great. But before I explain that, I'm Alex the Virgo. I was chosen by God to shine my unique light and be the inspiration of life. Subscribe to me if you already haven't, which let's be honest, you probably already have, and go ahead and like this video. With that, let me explain though why you have to sell your soul to become a great. Let's look at the king of the latest new hobby that the entirety of anyone Gen Z and below is obsessed with. Streaming, and more specifically, Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat, for all of you who don't know, was a 23-year-old streamer from the Bronx who quickly shot from being just another YouTuber to now, as of recently, the biggest streamer in the world. He's found a way to completely revolutionize the game of streaming, where it's not just something that people watch in their free time as a hobby, but now it literally is a career path. It is a way of life. It is TV in a sense. He is heavily respected amongst the youth of today and is considered a content comedic genius. Kids today no longer want to be rappers, actors, or astronauts. They want to be Kai Cenat, the streamer who lives the braggadocious, flamboyant, bougie lifestyle of a rapper without all the physical altercations and potential to go to jail. From the outside looking into a lot of the youth, his life is perfect. But what if I told you his life is actually dark? What if I told you he had to sell his soul to become this legendary Kai Cenat image that we love and uphold today? And I'm not saying this because I hate Kai Cenat for all of you shrimp losers. I actually admire Kai Cenat and I actually study his work frequently. So stay with me because I'm not just another hating ass nigga on the internet. Kai Cenat is not only consumed by millions of people every single hour of every single day, but he also influences all these people. If Kai Cenat says "gat" or "riz," before you know it, the whole youth of America will be saying that in everyday conversations.
Well, the people who produced the Oxford Dictionary have chosen their word of the year. It's riz.
Riz. Let's explain what it means. It's short for charisma. It's a Gen Z creation. The dictionary defines it as style, charm, one's ability to attract a partner.
If he say he doesn't like an album and it's trash, then millions of people will agree and say it's trash as well. And this is what makes it where brands will pay Kai Cenat millions to endorse and influence audiences to consume their products.
It's here. Oh my God. Oh. Yo, what? It's a chicken Big Mac, yo.
You probably thinking, cool, what's the problem with this? He's making millions, generational wealth. Why is there always niggas complaining when another nigga makes it out and starts becoming successful? Alex the Virgo, you're a crab in the barrel. You're just a black man praying for another black man's downfall. Shame on you. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, speaking on behalf of God, nature, trees, shut your ass up. Because the whole reason I'm telling you this is for a greater point. Just stay with me. Since Kai Cenat is paid millions for this influence, he is no longer Kai Cenat a person. He is now Kai Cenat the brand. He is essentially just a canvas that whichever brand he chooses to work with can manipulate and bend to their agenda or goal. So this means not speaking on certain issues. This means withholding genuine opinions to situations, not expressing yourself as a human being for the sake of your brand, which literally is the whole point of life, to express your soul. So if you can't express your soul, then somebody else will. And there's nothing really inherently wrong with this until there is. He can't be himself because he has to continue to be digestible to the masses. And anything that is for the masses is neither genuine or natural. Because to be genuine and natural means you will offend. You will say the wrong things. Remember, it's about brands and how marketable that you are. So Kai has to stay marketable. So now he has essentially became a horse to the carriage. A modern day jester of the court who pleases the masses in whichever way that is. But I say all this to say, do you want to be great? Being a great means in some regards no longer being human. No longer being yourself. No longer is your career, your brand, your artistic pathways completely yours. So when I say sell your soul, I mean in a sense you sell a part of you for monetary gain, for the validation and comfortability, I hope I said that the right way, for the masses. Genuinity is replaced by marketability. You no longer live for you. You live for how everybody else wants to project how they feel onto you. You are essentially a mirror and will always be unfairly subjected to scrutiny and judgments that are neither fair or even logical, because that's the nature of being seen and consumed by the masses. Kai Cenat, while he is a legend and a founder of a universe that is unique and creative in its own way, is a prisoner to his status and legendary title. It kind of reminds me of another legend, Michael Jackson, the legendary king of pop. Everybody seems to love and adore Michael. Everybody aspires to be like him in all shapes and forms. And while, don't get me wrong, Michael Jackson is my biggest inspiration, he too also had to sell his soul to become great. Michael spent more of his time being Michael Jackson and on stage than he did enjoying his life. And that was partially due to his father abusing him to make him more successful.
No, he's gonna kill me. If he hit me, I would hit him back, which was terrible. I would run around the house and hide, but I would really get it more than anybody.
But it was also due to that same success that he did garner. Michael Jackson was so famous that he had to rent out a store and hire actors to pose in it as customers just to get the experience of shopping in a store.
It's my dream to go in a supermarket and just shop and be like everybody else and put things in a basket.
To fulfill his wishes, his friends booked the whole supermarket as a gift for MJ, so there were only him, his friends, and the mart employees.
He had so much social anxiety because since he was 5 years old, everything he said and did while was loved and adored was also manipulated by millions to be seen as malice and hated.
That you molested this boy.
Totally false. Before I would hurt a child, I would my wrists. I would never hurt a child. These are totally false. I was outraged. I could never do something like that. It's people with a dirty mind that think like that. I don't think that way. That's not me. Remember something, just because it's in print doesn't mean it's the gospel. People write negative things because they feel that's what sells. Good news to them doesn't sell.
He had to give up his whole life for success and greatness. Literally his childhood. He had to give up relationships with potential lovers even.
But Michael wanted so much more, is why we probably went our separate ways. He wanted to be the biggest star in the world, and he wanted to associate with certain people that I didn't want to associate with, certain type of women, and thought that it would be best for him in his career to be with certain types of women. I think that he felt he would be more accepted.
Understood.
In the world that he wanted to go in the world he wanted to dominate. Elvis Presley was the king of rock and roll, so he wanted a title like that. So he made himself look the part that he felt would get over, that he would become a huge star.
To be a legend means you have to be able to be worldwide. While Michael is iconic and the greatest to ever do it, period, to become a great, in a sense, to be backed by the machine, to be seen as number one, the legend, the legacy that everybody aspires and looks up to, he had to give up a lot of his God-given time, his true self, his childlike self, and genuinity for other people, his soul, you could say. He had to sell a part of his soul, which your soul is none other than the pure essence of yourself, and is ever present specifically in children, in exchange for the title and career of greatness. So I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to be great? Because understand this, one, you don't need to be the greatest or considered a legend to make loads of money, find a large audience, or to be respected and remembered. And two, being subjected to the title of a great, a legend, you are essentially letting go of yourself and becoming a mirror and whiteboard for people to write and fill up with their own thoughts and opinions. Being a great is amazing, seductive, magical, but also horrific and suffocating. A great is the same as a gladiator. While in the moment it is a undeniable, polarizing spectacle. When these warriors choose to be champions, they are also choosing to risk and sacrifice their lives and souls for the same cheers of glory that will one day turn into the cheers of their defeat. So I ask you one last time, do you want to be great? Because this is what comes with it. Go check out my Twitch because I'm streaming on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Friday. I'm going to try. No, I'm gonna do. Then, you know what I'm saying? My second channel where you're gonna see clips from my stream and also, you know what I'm saying, reactions. Check out that, Alex the Virgo Live. And go check out my Patreon, the Children's, you know what I'm saying? Join the community, join tier 2. If you give like what, $12, that's less than a Chipotle bowl. I help you map out a creative recovery program or go through your blocks as an artist, whether that's financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, how to get, you know what I'm saying? All that type stuff, right? Sit and just think about what I said to you because I know a lot of y'all want to be great, and I just like, you need to know, like, yo, be careful of what you ask for. Not all that glitters is gold. Do you want to be great?
For sure. Yes, sir. Roski.
Yeah, y'all boys just gotta do some soul searching and see what you really want to do and what path you really want to take and what it's gonna take to get there. No path is easy, so you know, just gotta keep your head up and learn the lessons that come with the journey. It's really about the journey more so than the end goal.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And you see, the thing is, T-Raw was the one that actually saw most of the video. I'm gonna be real, because the bare fact that he watched the video and that's what he summarized it to me, that's what the journey and the path that I've now really become, that I'm really in sync with now, is just falling in love with the process and realizing that the process changes and falling in love with your new perspective. You gotta love the journey, because that's how you'll become great. You know what I'm saying? Everybody jumps into YouTube, jumps into streaming, try to make money. But if you're doing that to make money, then you'll always be miserable. Because even if you do get the money, then you have to perpetuate the same content that you just did for money, not for love. And if you don't make the money, if you don't, get big off of it, you'll always be miserable thinking that and chasing the next trend, thinking that's your way to success. So either way, it's not the right way. Just do what you love. And the people that fall in love with you along the way, those are the ones, man. That being said, man, y'all already know. I made it to the end of another video. I love y'all. Great for y'all, man. I already know, man. We gonna catch y'all in the next one. We out.